Hi everyone, welcome to the second session for Create Unity, Help Your Community. My name is Nicole and I'm currently a first year occupational therapy student at Kean University. I hope that you're all doing well under these unprecedented circumstances, and just remember everything's going to be okay and we're going to get through this together. I hope that you all find this video helpful in your future endeavors of volunteering. You will need a smartphone or a computer to follow along. You can watch the video all the way through and then go back and pause and rewind to kind of get through the motions, or if you would like to follow along with me as I'm going through them in the video, you're also more than welcome to do that too. This will be about a 25-minute video that's aimed to prepare you all on the different methods of transportation that you can utilize to get to your volunteer sites. My goal for you all by the end of this video is for you to be able to identify a couple of different methods of transportation that work best for you to get to your volunteer site. It's great to hear that you all share the common interest of getting out into your community and lending a helping hand to volunteer. I hope you all enjoyed the previous virtual session with Stephanie. I know she gave you all some great tips on taking into consideration location of the volunteer site and also the time that it takes to get there. That's a huge factor, and that's going to be something that I'm going to be going over with you all today. Today, I'm going to be going into more detail regarding different methods of transportation that you may utilize to get to your volunteer site. The purpose of today's session is to inform you all not only on the methods of transportation to get to your volunteer site, but also the different ways of accessing those methods. It is my hope that by the end of this video, you feel equipped to find a means of transportation that best fits your transportation needs. It is important to find a means of transportation that you feel comfortable with, because it'll make your volunteer experience a lot less stressful and a lot more enjoyable and exciting. Okay everyone, now I will be going over the different methods of transportation and how to access them. If you have a smartphone, you can take it out and follow along with me. If you do not have a smartphone or any cell phone at all, that is okay. Attached to the description of this video is a link to a Google Doc that you can follow, and it'll take you to a document with the different websites and phone numbers of all the different methods of transportation that I'm about to cover. You can access these websites and phone numbers using any type of computer or phone, so please feel free to print it out and keep it for your future reference in volunteering. The first method of transportation I will be discussing with all of you is trains. There are a couple different ways to access the train schedule as listed on the screen. You can visit the website online to view the schedule, or you may download the app on your smartphone and also purchase your tickets through that same app. The first way I'm going to be discussing with you is through the NJ Transit website, which is listed on the screen. So now, if you would all like to follow along with me, I'm going to be taking you through a virtual tour of the NJ Transit website to show you how to access the train schedule. On the NJ Transit website, which is www.njtransit.com, you are going to scroll over to the Services tab and select Train. Once you enter the next screen, you will scroll down to reach the origin and destination drop boxes. The origin is where you will be leaving from, for example, your home, and the destination is where you will be arriving to, for example, your volunteer site. So you will select the origin station that is closest to where you currently are, and then the destination station closest to where you will be arriving to, or your volunteer site. So let's say, for example, I'm leaving from Newark, New Jersey. I would select the Newark Penn Station option, which is right here. And then let's say my destination is New York City. I would then select New York Penn Station. And then I'm going to double check that my date of travel is correct. So if you're checking it, let's say on a Sunday, and you're looking for the times for Monday the next day, you would just change the date of travel to whatever the Monday is that's coming up. So then once all of this information is correct, you will then click View Schedule. and it'll come up with a page showing all of the origin departures, all of the destination arrivals, and the total travel time for each trip going from your origin to your destination. You can pick whichever time works best for you, depending on what time you need to be at your volunteering site and how long the total travel time is. So as you can see, for example, this one leaves at 5:10 a.m. It's going to arrive at New York Penn Station at 5:35 a.m., calling for a total travel time of 25 minutes. Unfortunately, there's no way to purchase the train ticket directly through the NJ Transit website, so it's important to arrive at the train station about 10 minutes prior to the train departing just to allow yourself enough time to purchase the ticket. The second way to access the train schedule is through the NJ Transit app that can be downloaded from the App Store on your smartphone. It's also listed right here on the screen. It's just called NJ Transit. So I will be going over with you step by step how to access the train schedule through the app. And a great thing about the app is that you can actually purchase the ticket through the app as well. So once the app is downloaded onto your phone, you're first going to need to create an account. It should only consist of your first name, your last name, your email address, and also credit card information if you will be purchasing the ticket through the app. So after you have created your account, I have my phone out. If you guys would like to take your phone out, I can walk you through the steps now. Or if you'd like to watch it all the way through first and then go back and watch it later and pause and rewind, you're more than welcome to do that as well. So for those of you who would like to follow along with me now, I'm on my NJ Transit app and I've already created my account. So I'm going to click Schedules, and then I'm going to click Rail, the first one. And this is where I'm traveling from, so that's my origin. So if I'm using the same example as before, my origin is Newark, New Jersey. So I'm going to type in Newark Penn Station in the search bar. So now as you can see, it says Newark Penn Station with that little green dot next to it to signify that that's my origin. And now it's asking me, where am I traveling to? So that is my destination, which is New York City. So I will type in New York into my search bar and see New York Penn comes up. So I'm going to select that. And my travel date is for April 10th. So I'm going to click Get Schedules. And now a complete list comes up with, with all of the different times, departure times, and arrivals. And also you can see the travel time there too in the middle of how long it's going to take me to get there. So once you have found the time that works best for you, so let's say this 2:10 train works the best for me. Now you're going to go back. So you're going to click this back button up here until you get back to the home screen where you started. And you're going to click now Buy Tickets. And this is for if you would like to purchase your tickets on the app, which is the easiest way, because then once you get on the train, you just pull up the app and click where your tickets are, and then you can just show him the ticket on your phone. He'll scan it and that's it. So after you have chosen the time that works best for you and you're ready to buy your ticket, we're going to go back to the home screen, which looks like this, and you're going to select Buy Tickets, and you're going to click Rail. And then the same thing that you did previously, you're going to put in your origin. So I'm going to put back in Newark Penn Station. And now it's asking me again for the destination. So I'm going to put New York Penn Station because I'm going to New York City. And then all of these options come up for the different types of tickets. So you can get a one-way ticket, but if you plan on taking the train home later that day, you may want to get the round-trip adult ticket so that you have it on your phone ready to go. It lasts for the entire day, so it will not expire from going to volunteering from 10 in the morning to say 3 in the afternoon. That ticket will be good the entire time. So you would just select one ticket here by clicking that plus sign. And then you're going to click proceed to checkout. And now you can see right here, you're going from your origin, Newark Penn Station, to New York Penn Station with a round trip, one adult ticket for $10.50. And then you can use Apple Pay. You can use the credit card that you've already put into your account. This is as far as I'm going to go because I'm not actually purchasing a ticket right now because I'm not going anywhere. But it's pretty self-explanatory. After you select which method of payment, it'll show up in your account, the ticket, and you can use it all day. So it's important to remember that even though you bought your ticket on the app on your phone, it's still important to get to the train station a couple minutes early because the train will usually leave almost as quickly as it arrives. So if it's getting to the train station at 2:30, it's probably going to leave at 2:30 and 20 seconds. So it's very important to be there waiting for the train because the train will not wait for anybody. Please keep in mind that if you feel like this video is going a little bit too fast-paced for you, to pause it and rewind it and go over these steps as many times as you need to feel comfortable to know how to navigate through these websites and these apps. The next method I will be going over is the bus. Accessing the bus schedule is very similar to accessing the train schedule in terms of the website and the app. It is the exact same website and the exact same app, and they're both listed right here on the screen. However, you will select the bus option instead of the train. So now I will show you how to navigate through the NJ Transit website to access the bus schedule. So now that we're back on the NJ Transit website, you're going to go to Services and select Bus. And then again, you'll enter your origin and destination. So for my origin, I'm going to say I'm leaving from Newark Penn Station. And for my destination, I'm going to go to Union. So my date of travel and time are already plugged in here, but you can adjust the time and the date to whatever suits your needs. And that can be changed at any point. So now it's showing me the first itinerary for this bus that's going to depart at 5:50 from the Raymond Boulevard side. So that is where I would need to arrive to. And it's actually telling me right here the bus number. So this number 66M will be listed on the front of the bus so I can see it, so I know I'm getting on the correct bus. And then it's showing I will arrive at Morris Ave at Johnson Place at 6:28 p.m. And then it also here lists the bus fare for the price. So here the regular ticket costs $2.55. And then if someone were to fall under one of three categories here, this would be the cost. And then if you scroll here and click itinerary 2, it'll show a later bus coming at 7 p.m. And then itinerary 3 shows a later bus coming at 8:10. So you could select whichever bus is best for you and how far away you are, and if you'll be able to get to that first bus on time. This is an example of what a bus stop sign would look like for NJ Transit. So you can see on the sign that it lists the bus numbers and where they will be arriving to. So this is an example of what the NJ Transit bus will look like. You can see up at the top the changing sign of the different stops and destinations that the bus makes, and then that 7817 number that you see at the bottom left is the bus number. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to access the bus schedule from the NJ Transit app on your phone. It's the same exact app and pretty much all the same steps as the train. So again, you're going to start at the home page here and you will select schedules, but now you will select bus. And the same exact thing, you're just going to put in your origin and your destination of where you're traveling from to where you're traveling to. And it'll give you the same list with the itinerary of the bus schedule. So then once you decide which time and bus works best for you, you're going to go back to buy tickets and you will click bus and then click origin and destination. And again, you're going to put your origin. So I'll put my origin as Newark. And then for and then destination comes up, as you can see at the top there. And I'm going to put, I'll do Rutherford. So again, the tickets come right back up. You can select a one-way adult, you can select a round-trip adult, and then proceed to checkout, and you can take care of all of that right through your phone for the ticket. But if not, if you can't do this through your phone, you can also bring the money with you on the bus and pay the fare directly on the bus. The third method of transportation I will be going over is utilizing an Uber or Lyft ride. This type of transportation requires the use of a smartphone because you will need to download the app to access a ride. You can also access a ride through Uber on their website, but not on the Lyft website. However, you can also coordinate with a close friend or family member to order a ride if this is the method that you choose and you do not have access to a smartphone or a computer. To begin going over this method, I ask that you take out your smartphone if you have one, as I will be showing you Lyft through the app and Uber through the website. So you can go to the App Store and download either the Uber or Lyft app, or both if you choose. These apps are both free to download, however, you do pay by credit or debit card per ride. Now I'm going to show you guys how to navigate through the Uber app and the Lyft app. You can go to your App Store now and download them if you don't already have them. You can download one, you can download both, whatever you would like. As I said, they're both free to download. However, once you go into the app for the first time, it'll prompt you to create your account, which will consist of your name, your email address, and also your credit card information will be used to pay for the ride directly from your phone. So there is no type of cash transaction between you and the driver. It's all done through your phone and through the app, which is why you need to have your credit card information in there. So with that being said, these are both very secure apps. There won't be any chance of your credit card or personal information getting out there. It's just strictly used as a payment method. Now that you've created your account, I'm going to show you how to request a ride. So I'm going to show you on Lyft, but you can still follow along on Uber. The apps pretty much are the same setup in terms of navigating through them. So just for time purposes, I'm going to go through the Lyft app instead. So after you first create your account, and you go to the home page, it's going to come up with the map of your current location, where you are right now. So under where are you going, right here on Uber, it'll say where to. You can search your destination. So I'm going to say my start is at Kean University, and my destination I'm putting as Prudential Center. So then I'll click search. And now it's coming up with a price and what time my driver will be here. And the Uber app will show the exact same thing. So I would select this Lyft here because it's the cheaper option. It's a smaller vehicle, therefore the price isn't as high as if I were to choose this one. So then I would click select, which I'm not actually going to click select right now because I'm not planning a trip anywhere. But if you were planning to click that, then you would click select Lyft and then your ride would be on its way. Before moving on to the Uber website, I did just want to give you all a quick tip. That's something really cool that you can do on both the Uber and the Lyft app. So again, I'm still on the Lyft app, but if you're not ready to have your ride arrive at the time that you're ordering it, you can actually schedule a ride. So after you've already put in that information, so we're still on the same screen, you would click schedule here, and then you can select the date and time that you want to be picked up. So say it's Sunday night and you're ordering your Uber for Monday morning. You could do this and then select whatever Monday's date is and whatever time that you would like to be picked up. And you can also do this on the Uber app as well. Now that you're a little more familiar with how to access a ride through the Lyft app and also through the Uber app, I'm going to show you how to navigate through Uber's website to access or request a ride through there as well. Now that you're on Uber's website, which is www.uber.com, you can add in your pickup location, which I'm going to put as Kean University, and then I'll select that, and then My destination I'm going to put as Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. So once that pops up, I'm going to select that. So now that I have my origin and destination selected, I can see the Ubers that are available to me. So I would probably pick this UberX because it's the smallest vehicle. It's only a little bit under $15 and it'll be at Kean University to pick me up in about 8 minutes. And it's showing that it'll have me dropped off at the Prudential Center by 3:56 p.m. These other options are just bigger vehicles that will cost more money. It's showing that the Uber pool is currently unavailable, but a pool is basically like a carpool, so the driver may pick up or drop off other individuals while you are in the car. So after you selected the UberX right here, you would click Request the UberX and it should be at your origin in about 5 minutes. After you have selected the ride that you would like, you will get information regarding the driver's name, the kind of car that they're driving, their license plate number, and how far away they are from you. So you can actually track them on the map and receive updates through your phone as to how far away they are. If you entered in a phone number, they can call you if they have any questions, or you can message them through the app just to find out if they're running a little bit late, how much longer they're going to be. A quick safety tip for all of you: just before getting in the car, always confirm with your driver their name and the license plate number just to be sure that it matches up on the receipt that you received on your phone through the app or through email, just to make sure that it is the right driver and you're getting into the correct car. You can also ask them before getting into the car to tell you your name so that they say, "Oh, I'm picking up Nicole," and then you know that they're there to pick you up. You can also share your location with a family member or a friend. That way they can track your location the entire time and they always know where you are. This tip is not by any means to worry you or to scare you away from taking an Uber or a Lyft. These are just the safety features that are built into the app purposely so that you feel safe and secure in utilizing this method of transportation. You can use Uber or Lyft to get directly to your volunteer site. However, you can also utilize this method of transportation if you needed a ride to get to the train station or to the bus stop. You could easily order an Uber now through the app or through the website or Lyft to get to the train station. So you can carry this method over to get you to other methods of transportation if you find that it's more cost effective to order an Uber to get to the train station rather than taking an Uber the entire way to your volunteer site. Before moving on to my last two methods of transportation, I just wanted to take a second to check in with all of you and just to make sure that you're able to follow along and you're pausing and rewinding and watching everything over again, just to make sure that you really have this information down. Again, feel free to continue watching it all the way through or go back and pause and rewind and do whatever you need to do to really get this down. But I hope that you guys are enjoying everything so far, and I'm excited to keep going. A taxi service is another great way to get to your volunteer site. The website to access a taxi is listed on the screen, as well as several phone numbers that you can call. This particular taxi service offers 24-hour rides. Upon scheduling a taxi, you will need to tell the company the address of where they will be picking you up, so that could be your home, as well as the address of the destination, which could be your volunteer site. Payment for this option is also dependent on the distance that you will be traveling, and you will pay either before or after your trip is complete. You can gather this information from your driver upon entering the cab. You may also call the numbers listed for an estimate of the price. So this is the taxi website that I had listed on the screen. As you can see, here are those numbers that I listed as well, so you can call those numbers to get a free quote. You can call any of the numbers you want. They'll all direct you to this specific taxi cab service. You can also look at the different cities that they cover, so you know if you live in or around those. They say here that they do local and also long distance rides at affordable rates. So affordable is very relative, so it may differ from person to person what is affordable, but that's why it's great that you're able to call them now for a free quote. And again, this is just an example of one taxi service from New Jersey. If you went to Google and Googled other taxi services, there would be plenty of other services that came up for you to look at. And lastly, if the previously discussed methods do not work with your schedule or individual needs, there is always the option of reaching out to a family member or friend. As long as you are both available at convenient times for each other and the family member or friend is willing, it is completely possible to set up a driving schedule for them to pick you up or drop you off at the volunteer site. If they are unable to drive you all the way to volunteering, maybe they can drop you off at a train station or a bus stop. So in utilizing this type of method through a family member or friend, it would definitely take a lot of coordination between you and that other person to ensure that their schedule matches up with your schedule and that they're able to pick you up and drop you off at your volunteer site so you get there on time. As far as figuring out which method may be the cheapest or most affordable, it all depends on the distance that you're traveling and the time of day that it may be. So my best advice to you to figure out the cheapest method is to go to each of these different apps and websites and do some research and figure out what may be the cheapest. So for example, you can go to the NJ Transit app for the train, see how much that train ticket may cost, and then go to the Uber app and plug in the same origin and destination in Uber and see what that price is, and just kind of compare the two and see, are they pretty similar? Maybe it doesn't matter, but if cost is something that is a big barrier, then I would definitely say to kind of compare and contrast and see which method may be the most affordable to you. I can definitely say that by utilizing a friend or family member may be the cheapest option because they probably wouldn't expect payment from you, but utilizing a taxi may be a little bit more expensive than utilizing the train. But I wouldn't want to say for sure. I don't want to give you any wrong ideas, so that's why I'm leaving it up to you to do this research, since now you know how to plug in your origin and destination into multiple of these different methods. Now that you have all of this information regarding different means of transportations, I hope that you're able to find one that best suits you and your individual needs. It's my goal that by providing you with all of this information, that you feel better equipped and more confident to get to your volunteer site. Safety is always the number one priority when it comes to public transportation. So it's so important that if you feel like one of the methods that I had mentioned makes you feel nervous or uncomfortable, or you're still a little bit unsure about how to access it or how it works, go with a different method. Even if that means that it might take you a little bit longer, maybe it'll be a little bit more expensive, but if it's going to make you feel more comfortable being in that method of transportation, then I would say that that's the most important aspect of utilizing any type of public transportation. I would also like to point out that now that you know how to access and utilize different methods of transportation, you don't only have to use them to get to your volunteer site, you can also use them to pick up or drop off your volunteer applications. You can obtain the volunteer application online. However, if you utilize one of these methods of transportation to actually go to the volunteer site and request an application in person, you'll be applying what you've learned from this session, and that'll help you to achieve your goal of being able to access different methods of transportation. So with all of that being said, for the next session, it'll be helpful to have already obtained a volunteer application. One of my co-leaders named Lady is going to be going over the different parts of an application, and also she will supply you with different types of volunteer applications. So over this next week, definitely try to get your hands on an application that you can use to follow along with her in her next session. After going over all of these different methods of transportation with you all, you can now implement them into your daily routine. You can utilize Uber to get to your scheduled appointments, or you can utilize the train to go visit a friend who lives in a different town. This lesson wasn't just to get you to your volunteer site, but my hope is that it can get you to wherever you may need to go. Overall, I hope that I've provided you all with enough information to arrive at your volunteer site. If you have any questions at all, please email otclinic@kean.edu or call the clinic at 908-737-5940. Thanks for watching, everyone. I wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors with volunteering. Stay safe and stay healthy.